Welcome, everyone. You think you're looking for something, a purpose, an answer, a destination where everything finally makes sense. But the joke is on you, because you've been missing it all along. You see, life is not a puzzle to solve. It is not a journey where you finally arrive at some grand conclusion, some ultimate victory. Life is a dance, a melody that plays not to reach a crescendo, but simply for the joy of playing. And yet you've been too busy trying to orchestrate the perfect song to actually hear the music. The mind is a trickster. It whispers that happiness is just over the next hill, that fulfillment will come once you have the right job, the right partner, the right status. But when you get there, what happens? Another hill appears, and another, and another. You are running in a race with no finish line, because the moment you think you have arrived, the mind invents another destination. What if I told you that what you are looking for is already here? That there is no future moment where you will finally be complete, because completion is not something to be gained, it is something you are. You are caught in the illusion of control, trying to shape life, to mold it to your expectations. But control is an illusion, a desperate attempt to hold on to something that is always changing. You do not control the ocean, yet you can learn to surf the waves. You do not control the wind, yet you can learn to sail with it. Life is not a force to be mastered, but an experience to be lived. Your sense of self, this thing you call me, is just a collection of memories, labels, and fleeting thoughts. The real you is not a rigid identity, but the vast awareness that watches it all. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds the storm. You are not the dancer. You are the dance itself. Time is a mirage. You have never actually touched the past, nor have you stepped into the future. Everything happens now, in this eternal unfolding moment, and yet you are rarely here. You are lost in thought, in projections, in memories that are already gone. You have been missing life because you have been living in ideas about life. So stop, just for a moment. Stop chasing, stop striving, stop trying to get somewhere. Be here, be now. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Feel the weight of your body, the sensation of being alive in this instant. This is it. This is what you've been looking for all along. There is no secret to be found, no great mystery to uncover, only the realization that nothing was ever missing. The search ends when you wake up to the fact that you were never lost to begin with. For as long as you can remember, you've been chasing success, love, wealth, happiness, always believing that what you seek is somewhere out there, just beyond your grasp. You tell yourself, once I get this, then I will be happy. Once I have that, then I will be at peace. But the truth is, you have been searching for something that has never been lost.
The greatest illusion in life is the belief that fulfillment exists outside of you. You have been conditioned to believe that happiness is something to be earned, that success is something to be gained, that love is something to be found. But in reality, everything you have ever wanted is already within you. It has always been here. The only thing that has kept you from seeing it is your own belief that it isn't.
The moment you stop seeking outside yourself, you will realize the power has been within you all along. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your own inner state. If you believe you lack something, you will experience lack. If you believe you are unworthy, the world will mirror that belief back to you. But the instant you recognize that you already are the person you have been trying to become, the chase ends and manifestation begins. The mind that seeks is the mind that assumes it does not have. But the mind that knows, the mind that accepts, becomes the mind. It means recognizing that you do not need to force life into submission. It means trusting that what is meant for you cannot be lost, and what is not meant for you cannot stay. Surrender is not passivity. It is the highest form of wisdom. When you loosen your grip, you allow life to unfold in ways beyond your imagination. Opportunities arise effortlessly. The right people appear at the right time. Situations resolve themselves without struggle. You move from a state of forcing to a state of allowing. When you stop chasing, life comes to you. When you stop gripping, everything aligns. Control is the enemy of flow, and flow is the birthplace of miracles. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that the unseen forces of life are always working in your favor, and trust that by letting go, you do not lose anything, you gain everything. From the moment you became aware of yourself, the ego crafted a story, your name, your identity, your achievements, your failures. It told you that this is who you are. But if you strip all of that away, what remains? Are you merely a collection of experiences and labels? Or are you something far greater? The ego thrives on separation. It tells you that you are different from others, that life is something happening to you rather than through you. It convinces you that happiness lies in the future, that you must work harder, do more, become something. But this is the very trick that keeps you unsatisfied. Because as long as you believe in the separate self, you will always feel a sense of lack. The truth is, you are not separate, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean. The same consciousness that flows through you flows through all things. When you awaken to this realization, the struggle ceases. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to chase external validation, or to control life. Instead, you begin to flow with it. Dissolving the ego does not mean losing yourself. It means remembering who you truly are, something vast, limitless, and complete. The mind that constantly seeks will never find, but the mind that becomes still will realize. The moment you see through the ego's trick, you step into true power. You no longer need to chase fulfillment. It arises naturally from within. You no longer need to seek approval. You are already whole. You no longer need to fear loss, because nothing real can ever be taken from you. Life is not a problem to solve, nor a destination to reach. It is a symphony to be played, a dance to be danced. Yet so many live as if life is a puzzle that must be completed before they can finally rest. They rush to the end, seeking resolution, never realizing that the joy is in the playing, not in the conclusion. Mamidrus provetio millenissimus ishi ike. From an early age you were taught that life is a series of milestones. Graduate, get a job, find a partner, build wealth, retire. You chase each goal, believing that once you reach the next step, then you will be happy. But what happens when you get there? The mind immediately fixates on the next thing. Satisfaction is momentary, and then the chase begins again. This is the illusion of arrival, the belief that fulfillment exists somewhere in the future. But life does not work this way. You do not listen to music just to hear the final note. You do not dance just to reach the last step. The beauty is in the unfolding, in the experience itself. So many people treat life as a rigid plan, something to be controlled, optimized, and perfected. But life is not a machine. It is a living, breathing movement. It flows, evolves, and shifts in ways beyond your understanding. When you fight against this, trying to force life into a fixed structure, you create suffering. But when you let go, when you surrender to the natural rhythm, life becomes effortless. A dancer does not resist the music, they move with it. A musician does not try to control every note, they allow the melody to emerge. This is how life is meant to be lived, not as a rigid equation, but as an ever-changing composition that invites you to play. You do not need to wait for a perfect future to feel happiness. You do not need to have everything figured out before you can enjoy the journey. The joy is available now, in this moment. It is in the laughter, the stillness, the love, the lessons, the growth. If you can embrace life as a dance, as a symphony, then you free yourself from the burden of always needing to get somewhere. You begin to live not in fear of what's next, but in full appreciation of what is. Let go of the need for certainty. Release the illusion of control. Step into the music of life and dance. Suffering does not come from life itself, but from our resistance to it. We grasp, we cling, we hold on to people, circumstances, and identities as if they are meant to stay the same forever. But everything in existence is in motion, changing, evolving, shifting. When you fight against this natural flow, you create suffering. When you move with it, you find peace. The mind craves stability. It wants to believe that once something good is found, a relationship, a success, a moment of happiness, it can be kept forever. But nothing in life is permanent. Everything you see, everything you experience will one day transform or fade. The seasons change. The body ages. People enter and leave your life. And circumstances rise and fall like waves on the ocean. Yet, instead of accepting this truth, most people resist it. They fear loss, so they cling. They try to hold on to what was, hoping it will never change. But attachment only creates suffering because it fights against what is inevitable. To flow with life means to trust it. It means embracing change instead of fearing it. Just as a river moves effortlessly around rocks and bends, you must learn to move with the currents of existence. When something leaves your life, let it go. When something new arrives, welcome it without fear. When challenges arise, do not resist. Adapt. Flow does not mean passivity. It does not mean you stop dreaming, loving, or striving. It means you engage fully with life without attachment to outcomes. You give your best, but you do not tie your happiness to results. You love, but you do not try to possess. You enjoy each moment, knowing that its beauty lies in its impermanence. Paradoxically, the more you receive, the more you receive. The less you cling, the more freely life moves through you. When you let go of attachment, you do not lose anything. You gain peace, freedom, and a deeper connection to the present moment. Suffering is not caused by change itself, but by our resistance to it. The secret to a peaceful life is not in trying to control what is uncontrollable, it is in learning to flow. Me atare, flow for tebusto, per mi punch om. The mind loves to tell a story. One day you will have it all. One day you will arrive. One day you will finally be happy. This belief fuels the endless chase for success, love, wealth, and validation. But what happens when you reach a goal? The mind immediately moves the finish line. It whispers, "This isn't enough. There must be more." And so the cycle continues. This is the great illusion, the idea that fulfillment exists somewhere in the future, that you will one day arrive at a place where everything is perfect, where you will feel complete. But no such place exists. There is no final arrival point, because life itself is not something to be completed. It is something to be lived. You may believe that once you have enough money, find the perfect relationship, or achieve your dream career, you will finally feel fulfilled. But look at those who have it all. Are they free from desire, or do they too seek more? The moment you reach what you thought was the ultimate goal, the mind finds another craving, another mountain to climb. This is because fulfillment does not exist in external achievements. No matter how much you acquire, accomplish, or experience, if you are always seeking something outside yourself, you will never feel truly satisfied. The momentary high of achievement fades, and the cycle of desire begins again. The past is a memory. The future is an idea.